Like nothing you've probably seen before, in a location you've probably never expected, is labelless.
It's just so exciting to see where it's come from and where it's gone and where it's going to go next.
Where it came from is a class Leah and Drew Lachey were teaching through their school, Lachey Arts, a simple exercise asking about how students had experienced discrimination.
And decided, you know what, we're going to figure out how to make a really fantastic piece of art and maybe change the way people think. From that, it's really taken on a life of its own, and 4 years later, we are here.
Labelless was born, and it tackles multiple forms of discrimination in this setting at the American Sign Museum, with song, dance, and spoken word.
Here, the performers are literally moving around amongst you. You see them right next to you.
Brave Berlin, the masterminds behind Blink, help with the visuals, making the show incredibly immersive.
We have people coming up to us after the show saying, this has changed my life. That's some really powerful stuff as a creator, choreographer, director, to be able to create art that is starting conversations, and probably some conversations that are not very comfortable to be had.
Arjun Sheth performs about classism.
My sense is that people are going to be thinking about this show long after they have seen it. And that's really what I strive for in any sort of art that I'm a part of, is that it not only creates change in the moment, but it continues to perpetuate that change.
Sarah Reynolds was in that first class that prompted the Lacheys to create Labelless, and now she's performing in it. To her, this is personal.
For me, I really hope that when people leave the show, they try to live their life with a little more empathy.
Labelless is only being performed through Sunday at the Sign Museum, but the Lacheys believe it will live on.
It really has been one of the most meaningful things I've been a part of in my life, and you know, I don't ever want it to end.
The start of a new basketball season. Exciting and full of potential for these Tigers. But it's also bittersweet because it's Loveland's first in years without one of their most beloved teammates.
We are dedicating this season and this game all to Coach Parker. He was such an inspiration to all of us.
Darnell Parker was head coach for the girls' basketball team for 5 seasons. While battling stage 4 colon and liver cancer, he led the Tigers to back-to-back conference titles in 2020 and 2021. But his fight ended this summer when he died in July at just 44 years old.
He was so positive and so happy, and throughout his journey of going through the toughest thing in his life.
In the months since Parker's death, the Loveland community remembering him any way it can. First as posthumous Grand Master in the school district's homecoming parade. Now, by recognizing his family at the girls' basketball home opener. Accepting the honor, one of his 2 daughters, his mother Nina.
I am honored, and I feel blessed, and I feel loved.
And Parker's widow Samantha, who stood at center court holding their infant son, born just a month after Parker's death.
There's not another person that I could have picked for my son to be a better father than who I did.
To carry on his legacy, Parker's daughters founded an athletic scholarship in his name. It's funded solely through donations, and as you can imagine, it's already garnered thousands in support.
Me and my sister started it probably a week after he passed, and it's doing really well. I think we have $25,000.
It's clear for this community, Parker was more than just a coach.
I think it meant to teach these young ladies life and to be tough and to never give up.
His life left a lasting impact.
He was my coach for my whole life.
One that will echo on the court through both his daughter and this Tiger team, with each dribble, each score, each embrace for years to come.
It wasn't just about basketball. It was about the game of life for Darnell Dayon Parker Jr.
In Loveland, Valerie Lyons, WCPO 9 News.
Built when FDR was president, decades before modern high-rises were dreamed of for northern Kentucky.
We're basically building a bridge for the next 100 years.
The aging 4th Street Bridge bridges 2 communities, 2 counties, and we know a new bridge is coming.
This is the most polished rendering we've seen yet.
The question is, what will it look like?
It doesn't seem sane to just build something that looks like standard flat concrete interstate.
Dozens of folks hopped off their bikes.
It's definitely nice to see these alternatives.
People like Tanner Woodell wanting a glimpse.
I ride the 4th Street Bridge twice a day.
To see a new vision and to offer input on 3 different possible designs, nicknamed Spin, Spoke, and Tube.
I really like Spoke. It does a good job, in my opinion, at separating the pedestrian traffic and the vehicular traffic.
I favor Spin mostly because the rendering that we see here does the best job of showing the trail connections.
This project, organized by the DeVue Good Foundation, think of it as a competing vision for what the bridge could be. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has an idea in mind with 4 lanes of traffic, but advocates here want to pump the brakes on that plan, slimming down the number of lanes and slowing down traffic to make it safer for all.
Well, the problem, advocates say, is in the design. At its most narrow point, the 4th Street Bridge for pedestrians is less than 4 feet wide. Officials say they'd like to see the sidewalk grow 2 to 3 times in size with a new design, all for pedestrian safety.
The opportunity we have now is unprecedented.
1,300 people filled out an online survey. The foundation will take that and the open house input to present a plan to the KYTC. Now, advocates simply hope they'll listen.
We think that it's going to be multimodal, that bikes and pedestrians, scooters, mobility devices are going to play a major role in how people get around.
In Covington, Jake Ryle, WCPO 9 News.
This is the 21st GetaFest. It's beautiful weather, lots of friendly people, lots of great food. It's absolutely fantastic.
I'm here with Milford School's football program. Everybody's in a good mood, getting some good Geta to eat.
Cincy Shirts has been a part of GetaFest for the last several years.
And Geta is pork, right?
This year the classic is the Ramones logo with the Geta slant to it.
Honestly, I think all of the new Geta items that we have every year is the best thing about GetaFest.
And then the ultimate Geta Life.
Every single game we have contributes to charity. We're working with the Dragonfly Foundation, which helps the families of critically ill children.
It's just Thursday. We're here for the next 2 weekends.
Well, it's really hot, but you can get a lot of good drinks.
But we have air conditioning here at GetaFest. You don't have to be hot. You can just sit and enjoy the food, enjoy the music, enjoy the games.
And get some Geta.